When was the last time you saw a successful artist doing something and thought, I need to do that too? Maybe it was last week, or maybe even yesterday. But what if I told you that trying to do what they're doing will actually hurt your career more than it would help it? Would you still do it? Creativity is a roller coaster full of ups and downs, and the artists who push through the tough parts rather than consistently switching between plans often find something amazing on the other side. But in order to push through, we need to understand how and why this keeps happening. So in this video, we'll explore a psychological approach that helps artists overcome creative blocks, how to build a system that keeps you motivated and productive, and a method that could change your creative process for the better. If you've ever felt stuck or questioned your creative abilities, you're not alone. We'll look at practical strategies that could break through those barriers and unlock your full potential. So let me show you something that could completely change the way that you think about your creative process. This is John Fisher's transition curve. It's a map of the emotional ups and downs we all experience when creating something new or facing a challenge. Imagine you're writing a song. That initial spark, pure excitement, you've got a killer melody, the lyrics are flowing, and you're thinking, this is gonna be my breakthrough track. It's incredible. That's happiness. But then something weird happens. Anxiety starts to creep in. You start questioning yourself. Is this chorus good enough? Will anybody ever listen? And next comes fear. You compare yourself to other artists. Maybe you're referencing something and you think to yourself, well, yeah, I kind of need a verse like this. But then you start listening to their tracks and you think, well, my stuff isn't as good as theirs. Why? Then there's this threat and a guilt. You start second guessing every choice, wondering if you're wasting your time entirely. At worst, this can lead to depression or sadness, the point where you feel stuck, frustrated, and ready to give up. But here's the thing, every artist goes through this. The difference is successful artists push through. As you keep working through, you reach gradual acceptance. You make peace with your song. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to express you at that moment in time. And finally, moving forwards, you release it, learn from the process, and grow into your next project. The thing you need to be wary of, though, is that if you don't learn to work through those negative emotions, it only continues to get worse. And with each incomplete track, you reinforce that fear of completion. So the idea of sharing your work with the outside world gets harder and harder to do, which ultimately stagnates your growth entirely. And that's because the transition curve doesn't just apply to songwriting. It's relevant to every creation or every challenge that you face in your career, as well as your career itself on a macro level. So when you feel stuck, you can reference this curve to remind yourself that the lows are only temporary if you finish what you start and learn from each iteration. But knowing this curve isn't enough. We need to understand why we keep getting lost along the way. What if I told you that your brain is actually wired to sabotage your long-term creative goals? It sounds crazy, but it's true. The culprit is dopamine. Dopamine, the chemical that drives motivation and pleasure, is a double-edged sword. It fuels creativity, but it also pulls you towards instant gratification. Scrolling Instagram, checking notifications, chasing trends. Research shows that our average attention span is now close to 8 seconds, shorter than a goldfish. That's why deep, meaningful, creative works feel so hard. The genius British comedian John Cleese said something brilliant about this. Creativity thrives on what he calls the open mode, a relaxed, playful state where your mind is free to explore without any external pressure. But most of us live in the closed mode, constantly checking things off a to-do list, stuck in tunnel vision, jumping from one burst of satisfaction to another. And these two modes line up with the transition curve in creativity. The closed mode keeps us comfy, stuck in that loop, restarting as we approach fear or depression, while the open mode helps us push through the tough spots to make something truly amazing. So how do we tap into that open mode and achieve our best work? Give yourself chunks of uninterrupted time. For me, it's around about 1.5 hours. It usually takes me about 35 to 40 minutes to hit a state of flow. But once I'm there, I can start to produce focused and original ideas. And putting aside an hour or an hour and a half is much more manageable than dedicating a full day towards something. And you'll start to view your output differently. So start with these focused blocks and you'll see your creativity change, because subconsciously the time limit gives you the opportunity to fail without consequences, which increases the likelihood you'll actually push through the harder parts of the transition curve and reach this new creative height. But what if there was a way to get you to finish 65% of anything you start? Sounds good, right? Now, what if I told you that with the right system, you could actually push that number to 95%? Would you do it? Having a specific accountability partner isn't just helpful, it's transformative. This doesn't mean random online groups or vague promises. It means working with someone who understands your vision, challenges your excuses, and celebrates your wins. Artists like Ray and Chappell Roan have found success by surrounding themselves with people who hold them accountable. Ray left her major label Polydor and thrived independently because she had a team that believed in her vision. Chappell Roan transformed her sound and career by leaning into the support of her key collaborators like Dan Nigro. But accountability isn't just about finishing songs. It helps you through all of the ups and downs of the music industry. When you're feeling lost or overwhelmed, an accountability partner can help you see things clearly and keep you moving forwards. They're there to celebrate with you when things go well, and you can do the same with them. The artists who make it big have people supporting them and keeping them on track. This support can be the difference between giving up and pushing through to success. So if you're stuck, accountability might be the missing piece. Many artists think of failure as a setback, but what if it's actually a stepping stone to something greater? Every version of your song, even the ones you don't like, move you forwards. Abandoned projects teach you something new. When you see failure as experimentation, you unlock new levels of creativity. A 2021 study actually found that people who viewed their failures as part of the creative process felt more satisfied and motivated. This fits with the transition curve idea, where early setbacks lead to growth and eventual success. Again, look at Chappell Roan's story. For years, she tried to fit in with a style that wasn't really her. Those years weren't wasted though. They were important steps in her journey. And when she finally embraced her true self, everything fell into place. Her path highlights how seeming mistakes can actually lay the groundwork for success. Ray's experience also shows the power of changing how you see setbacks. After struggling with her label for years, she decided to go independent. What could have ended her career actually launched her to new heights, breaking her internationally. Her first album hit #1, and she got several BRIT Award nominations. All because she turned a tough situation into a chance to take charge of her own career. Creativity is messy and full of surprises, but these unexpected moments aren't failure. They're fuel for your growth as an artist. So when you feel stuck, remember it's not the end. It's just pointing you towards your next move. Learn from your experiences, use them to push yourself forward and keep going on your creative journey. Your creative breakthrough is closer than you think. The transition curve is there to help you navigate your artistic journey. So when you feel stuck, remind yourself that these tough times don't last forever and growth is just around the corner. And here's how to use the transition curve right now. Step 1, figure out where you are on the curve for either a project or your entire career. Step 2, set aside 1.5 hour time blocks for focused creative time without distractions. Step 3, see setbacks as a chance to learn and grow. And step 4, team up with someone who keep you on track, or at the very least, tell someone about what you're gonna do. So no matter where you are on this transition curve, just know that you can always grow. So check this video next if you wanna know more about how to win in today's industry.